Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book Universe, and Infidel, issue number 4. Okay, this is going to be a weird one because I'm going to explain a really quick disappointment and how it really doesn't matter. So it turns out the story is actually based on the real-life Ghostbusters story. Like this building, it's been taken over, streams have been crossed, and somehow a full emotional spectrum is coming down into this and channeled through this building. So it's not really disappointing, but it's like, wow, really? It's Ghostbusters? That's the story for Ghostbusters? Really? Like, the characters themselves are disappointed too, which means that it's self-aware. It's doing this on purpose. So it's not like, this is really the Ghostbusters story. That's what you wanted, right? And they were expecting we're going to go, yes. No. They knew that we were going to be disappointed like that because even the characters inside the story are like, wait, this is just the Ghostbusters story? It's everything else that happens that's absolutely, truly amazing about this. So Medina's like, okay, listen, Ethan went back to the building, whatever. Sunil went back to the building, whatever. One of the two, Ethan, Sunil. I think it was Sunil. She went with Sunil to go back to the building to try and find Ethan because he was apparently going back there to get the medical records. And she's like, but we're going to go back and get the medical records. And they're like, listen, the main thing here is we can't separate. If we separate, we're screwed. So, of course, what do? Dude, just play Dungeons and Dragons once in a while. And you realize you never split up the party. Okay? So they do wind up splitting up. And Ethan is found dead. Sunil is found dead. Tom comes walking in as Medina's down there going, what's happening here? And blood all over her hands. And it's like, you murdered them all. It's like, oh my God. And of course, if anybody you're going to believe is the murderer, it's going to be Medina because she's the craziest of them all. She's the most racist of them all. She's the most freaked out of them all, What's cool though, is she just got redeemed. She just got redeemed because Ethan totally calls her out on this crap. It's like, he went to, an Ivy League school and he's just, comes from this bigoted family that's like, all uppity and la and all this stuff. What's he going to know about anything? So Sunil breaks it down really simply. It's like, let me get this straight. You don't think he's going to know anything because he's white? And she just kind of stops. She's like, all right, fine, let's go. That's a typical response, especially for younger people. You know what I'm saying? That's their acknowledgement that they were wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's like, fine, let's go. Nobody can just say, wow, I really am a racist. I guess she didn't have time to really deal with that, and I understand because her friend is about to die. So that was that was like such a high point, seeing her redemption like that, especially after she just went and tried to pray. Oh, newsflash, Medina. Your friend had been praying, Aisha had been praying the entire time, and none of that actually mattered for her. Just pointing that out. So your little half-assed prayer? No. Sorry, I don't think that's going to do anything. At the same time, she did live. But to spend life, eternity in prison for double murder, homicide, and possibly being blamed for everything else that happened in that building. I can't wait to read the next issue. It's funny, in the editorial, Pornsack goes, the writer, he goes and he's like, yeah, man, there's going to be a final editorial. I'm just saying, I really hope you've gotten this far. And you're like, I'm definitely going to buy the last issue. Have you not been paying attention to what you're writing? If you don't put out the next issue, I'm going to find you, okay? And I'm not going to hurt you or anything. I'm just simply going to make sure you tell me what the heck is going on. Like, well, how did it end? Nah, dude. This is one of those stories where if you really want to mess with somebody, you rip out the final page and hand them the book and be like, here you go. We're at the final 2 or 3 pages where the actual resolution will be. So they'll just be like, I have to know, and then there's the emotional spectrum, and the Ghostbusters story happens wherever you live. I'm saying this is an awesome story. I'm totally digging this. Dude, this is horror personified in a comic book. Not the easiest thing in the world to do. You don't believe me? Try it yourself. This is fantastic. It's phantasmic. I'm allowed to create words, for crying out loud. Anyway, love this story. Guys, read this story. Okay, if you want to wait until trade comes out, fine. Support the book on trade. But it's not even just about the supporting this book. It's about supporting your horror addiction. So by all means, please, go get this book. That's enough out of me. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. It's daytime. I'm not quite so scared. But those ghosts don't care either. Class dismissed.